Let's actually expand on what you guys were talking about before with the V8, because there was something that I spotted on Reddit today that sort of made me do a double take, and I didn't realize this. So before you bring it up, Chad, everyone in chat right now, what do you believe, and obviously V8 is a clue, what do you guys think is the car that's sold right now that has the most variants to it? Whether it be trim levels, engine types, whatever, but it has to be like one car or two cars that like kind of share the same platform. What do you guys think? Drop it in chat right now. I'm really curious to hear if you guys know or think of cars that have a ton of variants to them. And like the first thing for me that kind of came to mind, obviously I know the answer of what we're going to be talking about, but the first thing that I always thought about was like, oh, like a Porsche 911, because there's like GT2 RS, GT3 RS, GT3, Carrera 4S, Turbo, but it's like, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever variants of the 911, the F-150 or Tundra. Like trucks are a good shout. There's cabs and bed, like crazy configurations you can make. What else do you guys think? There's one in particular that's the answer to what we're kind of talking about that actually sort of like blew my mind. And it was pretty crazy. Aaron's joined the stream. Aaron, what's up? Thanks for joining, as always. Appreciate it, man.
And he's getting closer.
Yeah, Corvettes and Mustangs is actually a good shout towards what I am talking about. Hint is Corvettes and Mustangs is close. It is American in nature. So you guys are kind of all on a similar track here with F-150, Corvettes and Mustangs. Let's get like a couple more guesses, and then we're going to reveal what I'm talking about. I want to see what everyone else thinks. Camaro? Nope. Steve says...
You're
Camaro,
in the ballpark.
Camaro is one of the three.
And the least sold.
And Mustang is actually the other one of the three. That's not the one. So Charger is one of them. Yes, Christian got it. Charger is one of them. The other one obviously is the Challenger. Here's the deal. So yeah, Steve got it. So Charger and Challenger. There are 33 different variants to these cars combined, which is pretty insane. I didn't realize it until they said it, and I did a video on the main Shifting Lanes channel last year about what everyone should know if they're going to buy the Charger and Challenger. I knew then, but I had forgotten until I saw it on Reddit today. There are 33 variants of these cars from below, or like from the lowest trim level all the way up to the tallest. And for a car, that's pretty insane. You guys have a really good shout on the F-150, and like trucks in general have like tons of different configurations, right? You got short bed, long bed, crew cab, extended cab. There's like a bajillion different things you could do to a truck. The Charger and Challenger has 33 different ones. And it also has one of the biggest horsepower gaps from top trim to lowest. I think in the entire auto industry, I think you can get 300 horsepower as the base, but it goes all the way up to like, what is it, 897 now? Or into the 800s. So there's like a 500 plus horsepower gap between low trim to top trim in this thing. It's pretty bananas. That's pretty cool. Chad, do you have that link to bring up? Because it listed them all out, and like just seeing them all, you're like, how do they have this many trims for this car? It's insane.
Yes, I do. SXT, GT, RT base, RT shaker base, RT TA, which stands for Trans Am, but they can't say Trans Am because Pontiac still owns the rights to that. Found that out while I was actually testing the RT Trans Am. The RT Scat Pack.
How? Pontiac doesn't exist.
They still own the rights. There's still an entity,
So
but the
weird.
company itself doesn't exist. So it's like, if you mention the movie about a Mustang being gone in a minute.
Yes, but made it as seconds.
Yes.
Also,
that,
my wife's home if you guys can't
the
see.
people who own the rights are it's the original movie. They don't
Yes,
even...
They sue you.
Like, you don't even know who they are. Where was I? All right, Scat Pack 1320. I'm guessing that's a video option. Scat Pack TA with the 392, which is 485 horsepower. RT Scat Pack wide body. RT Scat Pack shaker wide body. RT Scat Pack TA wide body. Hellcat wide body. Hellcat Red Eye wide body. Jailbreak and super stock. And then basically the difference is the Challenger has a Demon. That's a lot. Steve makes the good point that Dodge is milking it since they're getting rid of all the fun stuff. Yes, they are. Also, This platform has been around since I forget what year. E-Class? Yes, a Mercedes.
I believe 2002. It's the early 2000s of some
This
kind.
platform's almost 20 years old. Back when
Yep.
Mercedes and Chrysler were a thing, they got this platform. And just kept throwing bigger V8s in it, which, if I'm honest, is pretty awesome. I mean, think about it, right? How long have the Challenger been around for? For forever?
I think the Challenger came out the same time as the Camaro did in 2006 or 2008, something like that.
So it's been almost 15 years. And just now did the Challenger supplant. It actually beat the Mustang in sales this year. I mean, there was a lot of other stuff going on that made it that. But to think about it, a car that is 15 years old on a platform that's 5+ years older than that was probably designed at some point in the late 90s because Dodge nailed the market. Dodge nailed it. They go, okay, we made the RT. Ooh, people liked it. We made a slightly better RT. Ooh, we made a more powerful one.
We made it RT.
And they kept just building upon that, and like one thing's better than the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. Yeah. And let's face it, every year a platform is around, the cheaper it gets to make it. You know, you're spreading the original development costs over a much larger spectrum. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And why not have this many? Because guess what? You might not be able to afford the Hellcat Red Eye wide body, but you might be able to afford the Scat Pack wide body. And at 485 horsepower, it is still a kick.
It's still quick.
It's still quick, and it's still a lot of fun. When I test drove the TA, that only had the 5.7 in it. It didn't even rev to 6,000 RPM. The Redline was 5,900 RPM. And it was still a ton of fun because manual, because of that old school charm, because all of that stuff. Dodge just nailed it. And basically, the only reason they're stopping is because, well, they're kind of being forced to by France.
Right. They have to. Yeah. Aaron made a good point. Counterpoint to the trucks on this topic, having many variants, they have traditionally been customized or special order with the contractor's trade, which is 100% correct. So depending on what contractors want, they'll go to the companies, Dodge, Ford, Chevy, what have you, and be like, I need X, Y, and Z for my contracting needs. And they'll deliver 24 bare bones stripped out trucks with a couple others for foremen and that are a little bit more luxurious for foremen and stuff like that. There's that. And on top of that, there's also fleet, which is huge for trucks, not just in contractor stuff, but like fleet management. Like you'll get them for rentals. You'll get them for like not just general contracting, but like mining purposes and things like that. So trucks are a good shout on that side as well. So those are huge points that also contribute to like the wide range of variety you get with trucks here in the U.S. So that is a really good point. Doug says 08, I think. Yeah, 08, I believe, was exactly when the Charger and Challenger kind of came out. Steve, to be fair, the Ford E-Series vans were literally the same since the 70s. Yeah. Vans also a good shout for things coming up through the 70s, 80s, and 90s, especially like Chevy Astro van. They had a ton of different like van variants. Ford Transit, I believe, which is being discontinued here in the States, they have a ton of options for that kind of car. It's crazy.